output, we will have to perform some transformations on the image that we are using. And the first transformation here we are doing is we are converting the image into a grayscale. Let's run this cell and perform this operation. So here you can see that our image has been converted into a grayscale. Now next what we'll do is we'll apply the Gaussian blur. So what Gaussian blur does is Gaussian blur removes the noise from the image. So instead of a box filter consisting of equal filter coefficients, a Gaussian kernel is used, and it is performed using the Gaussian blur function of CV2. We just need to specify the height of the kernel, which should be positive and odd. So let's run this. So here you can see that blur is applied to the image. So now next we will see how to dilate an image. So here we will dilate the image using the dilate function. It is just the opposite of the erosion function. So here a pixel element is 1. If at least one pixel under the kernel is 1, so it increases the white region in the image, or the size of foreground object increases. Let's run this cell and dilate our image. So here our image is being dilated. All these operations, all these transformations are necessary because in order to get a correct output, we should perform all these operations to make an accurate output. Now next step will be performing the morphological transformations with kernel. So we are using the morphology X, which is used to find the difference between the dilation and the erosion of an image. We may need elliptical circular shaped kernels. So for this purpose we are using the OpenCV function get structuring elements, and we just need to pass the shape and size of the kernel and we get the desired kernel. So let's run this cell and perform the morphological operations. So here you can see that morphology has been applied to our image. Let's move forward. So next what we'll do is we will need a car cascade to detect the cars, and as I have already showed you, the cars.xml file, I have downloaded it from the internet. It is a HAR cascade file for car detection, and I have stored it in the file section here as I showed you before. So we'll load that car.xml file, and what we'll do is we'll create a car cascade using the cascade classifier. Here you can see. So first we need to upload them to the Colab and then specify the paths to the car cascade SRC. Okay. Now OpenCV provides a training method which is the cascade classifier training or the pre-trained models, and that can be read using the cascade classifier method, as you can see here, the car cascade SRC file. We need to detect multiple objects, that is car, so we will use the detect multiscale function of car cascade. Detects object of different sizes in the input image, and the detected objects are returned as a list of rectangles. So let's run this cell and perform this operation. Next what we will do is now we will use the above written contours and draw a rectangle around all the detected cars. So here we will see that it will create the rectangle with red boundary around each and every car it detects. So here in the output you can see that it shows us that 22 cars are found. So it has found 22 cars, and you can see that around every car it has found, it's created a red color triangle. Some cars are not detected because it is not 100% accurate, but yeah, most of the cars are detected using this. Now let's move forward. Now we will use another image, that is bus image. You can take any bus image and we will fetch the image from the internet here. Here you can see that I have taken a URL from the internet and request will fetch this image for me, and it will store it in the image.open using image.open into an image2 variable. Similarly, we will resize this image also. So here you can see that I have resized it into a 450 by 250, and also I am converting it into a NumPy array, which will be further converted into a grayscale image, all in one step. So let's run this and see what image we are working on. So next step would be, as we are working with the bus image here, so we require the cascade for detecting the bus. And as I have already told you, I loaded it into my Google Colab with the name busfront.xml. So I am passing the busfront.xml file here. And similarly, as we have used the cascade classifier above, we'll use the cascade classifier and call the bus cascade src function here. And as we are detecting multi-scale, as we are detecting multiple buses, so we are using the detect multi-scale. We'll run this cell and perform these operations as performed above. These are the similar operations as we perform for the image above. After this, as we did in the car cascading, similarly we will perform the same contour operations on the bus image. And here also we will create a rectangle around the bus if detected any. So let's run this cell, and here you can see that it shows us one bus found and created a rectangle in the front of the bus. So next what we'll do is we'll perform the vehicle detection and counting in a video. So video runs by frame to frame. So for creating the output video from frames or images, we need to use cv2.videowriter method. What it does, it takes a path with extension as first parameter. Second parameter is the codec for the output format. And then we also need to pass the frames per second and height and width also. So here you can see that I have passed the results.avi as my output file. It will use video writer and divx will be the codec for that. And this is the height and width of the video. I've already shown you that I have uploaded a video here in the file section with name cars.mp4, and we are going to use that video. So let's run this cell and perform these operations. So after this, what we'll do is, now we'll read the video frame by frame, the input video, and we'll convert them into a grayscale using the car cascade. And we will detect all the cars in that particular frame. And in the end, what we'll do is we'll write the whole video using the video.write method, and then we'll save it using the video.release to the given path. Let's run this and convert our video into a grayscale, and using the car cascade to detect the cars in that particular frame, and save that video frame by frame using the video write and video release function. Let's run this cell. It will take some time. It depends on the video, how big or large video you are using. While selecting a video, you should take in consideration that it should contain some images, some cars in it, or any object that you are working on to detect that object. So it will take some time, as depend on the size of the video, or as it will convert it into the frame to frame. So it will take some time. So it took around 5 minutes for this step. Now let's move forward. So here you saw that we use this cv2.rectangle for creating the rectangles around the car. We'll detect multi-scale as we are working on multi-scale, and we use the colored image and convert it into a grayscale. And in the end, we saved the video. So with this, we came to the end of this project. So we started with downloading the image that we will be working on and performed some operations on that image. You see how much pre-processing we did on the image that we worked on. Similarly, we saw how we can use HAR cascade, which is used for object detection. We used HAR cascades for car detection and bus detection. Similarly, there are many pre-trained HAR cascades for different object detection. So the scope for this project is that as a HAR cascade is used for object detection, we have a very vast scope and it can be used for any type of object detection. And as I've already told you, you can also create your own custom HAR cascade for specific objects. Next, I will show you how you can create an application for this, an application for vehicle detection and counting. So let's move forward.